As 2025 begins, an unprecedented wave of mortgage defaults is quietly sweeping across China. According to official data, 300,000 households chose to stop paying their mortgages within just 4 months. These were people who once had high hopes and worked their whole lives to own a home. Now, they've become victims swallowed by the real estate bubble. The bubble has finally begun to burst, and the massive impact it brings is drastically changing the fate of countless families. The biggest regret of my life was buying this apartment at the beginning of the pandemic. I spent over 1 million yuan on it, but now no one even wants it for 500,000 yuan. I still owe 600,000 yuan in mortgage and have to pay 5,000 yuan every month for the next 14 years. The interest alone is nearly 800,000 yuan. I bought the apartment so my child could attend school nearby, but now I'm stuck paying the mortgage every month along with thousands in annual property management fees. In recent years, the skincare industry has declined badly, and I rely entirely on loyal customers to stay afloat. No matter how hard I try, it's useless. I have no choice but to sell the apartment. But the agent says in today's market, homes just don't sell. Even after slashing the price multiple times, there's no interest. On top of living expenses, I also have to pay large medical bills for my father's broken bones. I don't dare spend a single extra penny. What I fear most now is defaulting. If I can't make payments, it's over. The house isn't really mine, yet I keep having to spend on it. We are trapped in a cycle of earning and repaying, spending a lifetime working for capital. My God. Of course, the property crash has caused dissatisfaction among homeowners, and protests and rights defense actions are happening frequently. In Kunshan, Jiangsu province, the property, Kui Kenjing Yuan, dropped over 1 million yuan in price within a year. Homeowners gathered at the sales office to protest. Police shouted at the crowd. But gathering here, shouting slogans, and blocking the entrance, you are already in violation of the Public Security Administration Punishment Law of the People's Republic of China. You are seriously disrupting public order. We now demand that you disperse immediately, or we will take forced measures to remove you. The video shows homeowners claiming to have lost 300,000 yuan overnight in a sudden price drop, demanding refunds. They screamed hysterically, "Refund! Refund!" But many netizens in mainland China mocked them coldly. You were laughing when prices were rising, now you're throwing a tantrum when they fall. In Liwan, Guangzhou, a property plunged in value. A fully decorated apartment originally priced at 780,000 yuan is now going for 280,000. Over 100 owners protested at the sales office. New buyers were too scared to leave their homes. And it's not just sales offices they're protesting. They also go after owners selling at lower prices. In Changsha, an owner who lowered their asking price was confronted by neighbors. The owner said, "Is it wrong for me to sell my house at a lower price? If you think it affects your property value, then you can buy it from me." One netizen said, "These mortgage slaves are terrifying. They won't even let others sell." Real estate has come to the point where homeowners are turning on each other. In this situation, being able to sell is already a good outcome. Many people can't sell even after cutting prices multiple times. Meanwhile, a wave of unemployment has left owners unable to repay their hefty mortgages. So they give up and default. My husband and I earn 30,000 yuan a month, but we are not happy at all. Last year, we borrowed 1 million from our parents and relatives to buy a 2.8 million yuan apartment for our wedding. We paid 1 million down and spent 300,000 on renovations. Most homes in mainland China are delivered as bare concrete shells. Our monthly payment is 12,700 yuan for 20 years. But due to the economic downturn, my company shut down shortly after we bought the place. I lost my job and we had to rely entirely on my husband's salary. We could only afford porridge every day. No new clothes, no fruit, no snacks, no restaurants or takeout. Now my husband's company is also laying people off, and unfortunately, he's been let go too. With no income, we had to sell the apartment, but in this market no one's buying. We had to keep lowering the price until it finally sold for 2.3 million. Now we have no house, and the down payment and renovation money are gone. We're still in debt to the bank. My husband and I gave everything for this house. All we can think about now is working to pay off the loan. We didn't do anything wrong, but ended up owing a mountain of debt. I truly advise everyone, these are hard years. Keep some cash on hand for emergencies. What we thought was the beginning of happiness, marriage, homeownership, turned into a nightmare. Some netizens questioned, "I've seen this kind of story many times." Others replied, "There are millions of foreclosure listings on bank auction sites. Imagine how many stories are behind them."
我断供了。18年的
I
时候，我
defaulted.
在武
In
汉
2018, I bought a 2 million yuan apartment in Wuhan. I've missed payments for 2 months now and it's about to be seized. I paid a 600,000 yuan down payment and 8,000 monthly for the past 4 years. But with the business failing, my store shut down and income stopped. I just realized that out of the 460,000 I've paid, only 60,000 went to principal. The rest was all interest. Now I'm being sued. Not only is the apartment being seized, but my bank accounts are frozen. The court contacted me recently. There are over 100,000 yuan in extra costs, penalties, lawsuit fees, legal fees, etc. I got a call yesterday. My apartment is about to be auctioned. The assessed value is 1.65 million and it'll be sold at 80% of that, about 1.3 million. If that happens, not only will I lose the house and the down payment, but even the $460 I've already paid will be wasted, and I'll still owe over 700,000. My family's decade-long savings, gone. Someone even said, "If anyone's willing to take over my mortgage, I'll give them the house for free."
没错，你没有听错，因为就在昨天呢。
I'm not kidding. Yesterday, I defaulted. Last year, I used up my parents' 30 years of savings to buy a large flat in Cumming for 2.35 million. I put down 700,000 and got a 1.75 million loan. It was in high demand during launch. I even had to pull strings for a good floor. But just last week, I found out it's now worth under 2 million. And comes with a free parking spot. Worst of all, my mortgage rate was 5.8% when I bought, but now it's 3.95%. That's a 700,000, 800,000 yuan difference in interest. In just over a year, I lost about 1.5 million. It's like the sky fell on me. That 700,000 down payment was my parents' life savings.
还是决定回老家了，真的是扛
I've
不住。
decided to take the kid back to our rural hometown. We can't survive in this city we've lived in for over 10 years. I don't want the apartment we bought in 2018 anymore. Credit score ruined. Let it be. I owe 50,000 yuan with 20 years left. Business is bad, income unstable. We also have 4 elderly and kids to care for. I tried selling, but there's no market. The down payment, agency fees, taxes cost over 100,000 yuan. Even after 7 years of mortgage payments, the bank told me it's all interest. I still owe 770,000. The property auction reserve is around 560,000. If that's the price, I'd still owe the bank 350,000. And I have to pay penalty interest, legal, and lawyer fees myself. With the current economy, even working another 20 years won't cover it. Based on my experience, I beg everyone, don't overestimate your financial strength. It's better not to buy than to leave yourself no retreat. Better to have cash than to live in debt. 8 months after defaulting. Now's not the time to repay. We need to figure out how to get in. Can you give us the door code? This is my home. We're clearing out the place. We can't wait for you to come back. We're forcing the door open. Terrifying. After defaulting, they'll immediately blacklist your credit, label you as a discredited person, and freeze your WeChat and Alipay accounts, China's main payment systems, and your bank accounts. Then begins a long auction process. According to China's Enforcement Information Disclosure website, as of September 4, 2024, there were 8.41 million people listed as discredited. In early 2020, the number was 5.7 million, a 68% increase in 4 years. The Financial Times reported most were due to unpaid mortgages and business loans by people aged 18 to 59. In the past 5 years, Chinese household debt rose 50%, now nearing 80 trillion yuan. If someone refuses to comply with court rulings, can't repay, or is judged uncooperative, they're placed on this blacklist. They're banned from government jobs, taking high-speed trains or flights, and can even be detained. Unlike the US, China doesn't allow most people to declare bankruptcy to write off debt and restart their lives, not even those suffering a streak of bad luck. A woman sobs, "I can't go on. A 3.68 million yuan mortgage. How can I repay that? I now owe 3.8 million. I'm blacklisted, can't use any credit card or loan." I'm no longer the owner of this place. I really can't repay it all. I can't afford my monthly payments. The money's gone, the house is gone. I still owe 1.1 million. I want to go home. This house lost over 500,000 yuan. It's like the last 5 years of work in a Fei were for nothing. Why didn't I feel happy after buying a home? From 980,000 down to 490,000. The homeowner collapsed in tears at the sales office. Wake up, when a 1 million yuan house sells for only 200,000, that's not a price drop, it's a value correction. A house that cost 100,000 to build is only worth 200,000. Some people just hyped it up to 1 million. Check the sales office. Those visitors are all paid actors, 200 yuan a day. Anyone telling you to buy now is not your friend. Near my home, prices dropped from 12,000 yuan to 600. The entire city of Jiaxing is a ghost town. That neighborhood was delivered 13 years ago. Occupancy is still under 50%. I paid 60,000-90,000 plus 330,000 interest. 10 years of savings gone. Truly sad and laughable. A netizen asks, who's to blame? Everyone already knows the answer in their heart. This wave of defaults goes far beyond economics. It strikes at the soul of countless Chinese families. Behind every default is a real family, young couples, the middle class, migrant workers carrying their parents' hopes. In today's worsening economy, they chose to default as a form of self-liberation. Now, many courts no longer accept foreclosure cases. There are just too many. Even banks are starting to compromise, adopting cold treatment. Even if a buyer can't pay, the bank might not immediately sue or seize the house. Instead, they negotiate, the economy's bad. Pay later, it's fine. Just pay 25% of your old monthly payment, and you won't be in breach. Some even said banks helped them find jobs after default. I defaulted for 5 months. The bank found me a waiter job at a restaurant. 600 yuan month, mortgage is 100 pi y, because banks would lose more by repossessing. That 600,000 yuan house. It's not worth that much. Bad loans and defaults would skyrocket, so banks would rather keep you paying, no matter how slowly. Former richest man in China, Wanda Group chairman Wang Jianlin once said, for a home, the local government earns 50%, developers earn 15%, banks earn 15%, speculators earn 5%. The actual value is only 15%. Another former richest man, Jack Ma, founder of China's largest e-commerce platform, once predicted houses will become as cheap as cabbages. Ordinary Chinese people never imagined this prophecy would come true so soon. As defaults become the norm, not just the financial system, but all of society, is facing a serious crisis. The collapse of the middle class means a huge blow to consumption, affecting the entire economy. Meanwhile, widespread vacancies worsen the real estate glut. Housing prices can't rebound. The market is stuck in a vicious cycle. Homeowners are losing their homes and their wealth. What used to be a safe haven has become a burden. Families are breaking apart. Divorces, estranged children, mounting psychological stress, depression, anxiety, and even suicide are emerging in extreme cases. Behind every default is a heavy social tragedy, revealing the deep-rooted crisis behind China's housing bubble collapse.